Hey everyone, and welcome to this new tutorial where I'm going to show you how to crochet this pullover. Before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out any videos, and let's get started. So for this tutorial I used about 7 or 8 balls of cotton yarn. Each ball is 150 grams and I think it was 7 balls I think. And you can see the yarn is very thin, so I also use a smaller hook. I used a 4.5mm crochet hook. So we start by making a slip knot. So you can see I just pull the short tail and pull the slip knot tight. And then you can insert your hook into the small loop that we just created. And I grab the yarn with my left hand and we start by making chains. So you just pull the yarn through the loop that is on your hook. So this is chain number 4, number 5, chain number 6. And then you just continue until you have 100 chains. And in the middle I just stopped my chains and I inserted a stitch marker into the very first stitch that we made, so then I know where it is because we need it for later. And then you can just continue making chains until you have 100. So these are my finished 100 chains, and now I go along the top surface of the chain. So you can see the back side is a little bit bumpier, but the front side of the row of chains is very even and straight. And then you just go along and make sure you don't twist the row of chains until you find the very first chain where you placed your stitch marker. And then I insert my hook into the first stitch. I just insert it into the loop right there. I have 2 loops on my hook. I yarn over and pull through both loops that are on my hook, like this. And now I just make 1 chain, and then you can remove the stitch marker and we continue with our first row. For that, you see we have our row of chains and the front side is facing us right now. To continue, I'm going to turn around the row of chains, and now the back side is facing me, and we are going to place our stitches into this side. And this is where we are going to make our first double crochet. You yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull it through. 3 loops on your hook, you yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over again and pull through the other 2 loops. So this was our first double crochet, and then you place the next one right there. You see just into the one like top loop right there, just insert it, grab the yarn, pull it through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So from now on we just make double crochets into the row of chains, but like from the back side. And I would say the most difficult part, like twisting the row, is done. So from now on it's only double crochets, and in the next row I'm going to show you, because we are going to make triple crochets there, but right now it's just double crochets until the end of the row. Here you can see a short time lapse, and yeah, then I'm showing you, you always crochet in a circle. Here you can see I'm almost finished with this row. And now I'm just adding the final stitches. Here you can see I accidentally twisted my row or something like that, so sometimes it's a little bit harder to get your hook into the stitch, but it doesn't matter anyways. I just place my double crochet right there. If you count your row right now, I promise it's gonna be 99 double crochets and we need 100. We have to add 1 more double crochet into the 1 loop that you can see there. I'm going to add my 100th double crochet, and if you count now, it all matches up and it is 100 double crochets. And now I insert my hook into the very first stitch that we made. So the first double crochet, I insert my hook right there. Then I grab the yarn, and now I have 2 loops on my hook, and I pull 1 loop through the other one. And now I'm going to make 3 chains, because for our next row we need them because we're making triple crochets. But first I'm going to show you how it looks like when you put it around your neck. So this is our project with 1 row and the beginning row of chains. This is how it looks. We have like the wider neckline, and now we are starting our second row. So this is how it looks so far, and now I'm just laying it down there, and I go to the first stitch of the row, or like the beginning stitch, you can see there, and from this stitch I'm going to count all the way to 15. So stitch 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. And then I put a stitch marker into the 15th stitch right there. So here is the stitch marker, and then I go to the next stitch, the following one, and I count all the way from 1 2 3 4 5 blah 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 until the 20th stitch. So you count until 20 and then you place a stitch marker right there. So as I said, here is the stitch marker in the 20th stitch. And now from the next stitch on, you count all the way to 30. So again, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, all the way to the 30th stitch. And then you place your next stitch marker there. And again, from the next stitch on, you count all the way to 20 again. So this time you put the stitch marker into the 20th stitch, which is right here. So there is the last stitch marker. And if you count from the next stitch on all the way to the beginning, it should be 15 stitches. So if you count from there, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. You can see this is where our row ends, and it should be 15 stitches. So here's a little overview. This side is 30 stitches long, those sides are 20 stitches long, and this side is again 30 stitches. We have 15 plus 15. You always count like from the stitch next to the stitch marker to the other stitch marker. So I really hope it makes sense. You have like 30, 30, 20, 20, and this is how we are going to divide the project. Anyways, let's continue with the second row. We ended it with 3 chains, and now you turn your work around, you turn the project, or you flip it. And here you can see I show you where the first stitch is. And for this, we yarn over twice, so you wrap around your hook twice. And then you insert your hook into the very first stitch right there. Grab the yarn and pull it through. Now you have 4 loops on your hook. You yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over again, pull through 2 loops. And again, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. And now we just made our first triple crochet into the first stitch. And again, yarn over twice. You always yarn over twice for the triple crochet, and insert your hook into the stitch. Grab the yarn, pull it through, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. This is a triple crochet, as I mentioned, and we are going to do this for row number 2. So you can see in the first row we made double crochets, and now we are making triple crochets. And it's always important to yarn over twice, and the rest happens by itself. You always like yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. And this is how you make the triple crochets. When you continue crocheting with the triple crochets, you remember we made those stitch markers. We placed them there. So here you can see I am 1 stitch away from the first stitch marker, And now I just place a triple crochet into the stitch with the stitch marker. As usual, nothing really changes. Then you make one chain and place another triple crochet into the exact same stitch. So right there. And this is called an increase because we made 2 stitches into 1 stitch. Now I just remove the stitch marker and place it into the hole that we just created with the chain space. So I just place it right there. This is our new increase point. And now you can just make the next triple crochet into the following stitch. Now it's just the same as before, 1 triple crochet into 1 stitch. Until you reach the next stitch marker, which is right here, you can see. So here I am at the second stitch marker where I'm going to place a triple crochet into the stitch. And then I'm going to make 1 chain and place another triple crochet into the exact same stitch. So this is our second increase. And again, I remove the stitch marker and place it into the loop that we just made, into the new increase. And again, now you place triple crochets into the following stitches, 1 into each stitch. Oh, I see the camera is a bit blurry there, but you know, just always place a triple crochet into the next stitch. And this is basically it. You always, like when you reach the stitch marker, you make an increase. So this is our circle, and you can see here are the next 2 stitch markers, the 2 that remain. And you crochet all the way down there, and then you make an increase into the space. And then I meet you again at the end of row 2. So this is how it should look like in the end. You can see, or you should have those 4 holes where we made the increase, and now I show you how to finish off the row. Here I'm just making my last triple crochet of row number 2. And then I just insert my hook into the very first stitch that you can see right there. I just insert it there and grab the yarn, pull it through, and then I pull 1 loop through the other one. I made a slip stitch. Now I make 2 chains because now we are making double crochets again. Don't forget to turn around your work, your row. It switches every other row, so 1 row we are making double crochets, the other row we are making triple crochets. So yeah, let's make double crochets for row number 3. Here you can see into the very first stitch, there is the first double crochet, and then you just continue making double crochets until you reach the first increase. Here you can see I have 2 stitches left, so this one and this one, those are the 2 triple crochets. And now I just place 1 double crochet into each stitch. So now you're going to make 2 double crochets. This is the first one and this is the second one. And then you can see the next stitch is the chain 1 space. And into this space, into the hole right there, we are going to make the next increase. So right there where your stitch marker sits, I'm going to make a double crochet, a chain, and another double crochet into the exact same space. So you know this is how an increase works. You just place it right there. Then you can remove your stitch marker and place it into the new chain 1 space right there, into the new hole. So you know where to make the increase in the next row. You make your following double crochet right there on top of the other stitch, so you don't miss out any stitches, because otherwise the project doesn't get any bigger, so you always have to crochet into the stitches. And now I just continue crocheting as usual, and this is how it looks. So you can see every stitch is on top of another stitch, and then you create those holes. And now you just continue crocheting until the next increase. Here I am at the next increase. I have 2 stitches left, so I place 2 double crochets there. So this is the second double crochet. And then you can see there is the hole again where we're going to make our increase. And here I'm just removing my stitch marker. And you know the game, into the hole right there we are going to make 1 double crochet, 1 chain and 1 double crochet, which is our so-called increase. So right there into the hole, there comes the increase. And then you just continue. There is the following stitch. You just place a double crochet in there. Don't leave out any stitches. As I said before, you always crochet into every stitch and make the increase into the hole. So yeah, you always have those 4 increase points. This is the third one. We made 2 increases so far. Here is the third one, the fourth one. So you have those 4 holes. And yeah, then you just crochet until the end of the row. Here I have 2 stitches left until the end of row 3, where we made double crochets. And then you just insert your hook into the first stitch, grab the yarn and pull it through, make a slip stitch, just like you did in all the other rows before. We are going to make triple crochets again. For the triple crochets, as it says in the name, we need 3 chains in the beginning, triple 3. You turn around your project, you yarn over twice, and make triple crochets into every stitch that you have there. So here is my first increase of row number 4, and you remember now we are making 1 triple crochet, 1 chain, 1 triple crochet for the increases. And then it's the usual thing, triple crochets into the following stitches. So this is row number 4 right now, and you remember in the next row you make double crochets because it switches every other row. So in every even row, even number, you make triple crochets. In every uneven row, you make double crochets. 3 hours later or something like that. This is row 16. I have 16 rows right now, and if you try it on, you can see it's a little bit oversized and like off shoulder, and I really like it. When you try it on, the 2 parts, like the front and back part, should be able to connect under your armpit, like you can close them under your arms. If you want to, you can take 2 stitch markers and connect the parts, and then you can see if you made enough rows. If not, then you just add some more rows. It doesn't matter like how many you have. Okay, back to where we ended. So this is row 16, and now you continue row 17, but you only crochet this short like row until you reach the first increase hole. Row 17 is a uneven number, so that means we are making double crochets because in the last row we made triple crochets. I made 2 chains in the beginning, and now I just make double crochets all the way until the first increase point. You start the row completely normal, and then you crochet this short row. Here you can see I reached the first increase point, and now I just make 1 double crochet into the hole right there, just 1. You can open your project a little bit, and I grab a stitch marker and insert it into the increase point on the other side, like on the side that is facing the table right now. Quick overview, this is how row 17 is looking right now. We have the stitch marker on the other side, and now I grab my project and I fold it in half. So I fold it from the right side to the left side, and you can see now the part with the stitch marker, the part that we marked, is facing us right now. It's no longer facing the table, it's facing me right now. We turn the project a little bit, like 180 degrees, and now the next double crochet will go into the stitch with the stitch marker. So on the other side, I just yarn over and I place a double crochet into the hole right there. You can see we just connected the two parts, and now I just continue crocheting into every stitch, and you can see we have this hole on the right side, which is going to be our sleeve hole. So we are not crocheting there, we are crocheting now the lower body part. So you make double crochets all the way until you reach the next increase point, because then we are connecting the parts again. This is how it should look like. You can see we connected the two parts with one stitch. As I said before, we crochet now until you reach the next increase point, which is on the left side. So now you just crochet all the way down there, this row. Now we make the other sleeve, so you can see I'm a few stitches away before the next increase point, and I make my final stitch, my final double crochet into the one hole right there from the previous increases. I open my project again a bit and I can see the other increase point like down there, and I place a stitch marker into the hole right there. You know the game. This time we fold the project from the left side to the right side. And again, the side with the stitch marker is facing us right now. It's no longer laying on the table. It's upwards now. You do the exact same thing as before. So you make a double crochet into the hole where the stitch marker sits. So on the other side of the project. Right there, you just make a double crochet into the hole, and after that you can just continue into all the following stitches. Continue as usual. Now the worst part is done. Here you can see again we connected the front and back part now, and I just continue crocheting all the way until the end of the row. So we finally finished row 17 with the double crochet. So now it's row 18, which means even number, which means triple crochets. And from now on, as I said, we are making the lower body part. Here's a quick run through on row 18. I just sped it up a little bit because when you get to the part like for your armpits, like where we crocheted the two parts together. So yeah, when we get there, you can see I have one stitch left until the special connection point, which is not so special actually. You just make a regular triple crochet into the stitch right there, like into the middle, and then you can just continue on all the other stitches. So yeah, this is how it looks like when we crocheted over the part. You can see it's not really visible. And now I just continue crocheting until I reach the other connection point. Yeah. So it's a little bit faster right now, but here you can see I crocheted over the connection point, and yeah, now you just switch it again every row. So row number 19 will be double crochets, row 20 will be triple crochets. My German accent is hitting right now. Oh my god, why does it sound so weird? Anyways, yeah, you just continue all the way down there. Okay, so this is how it looks like after about 28 rows. And if you want to, you can actually stop right now. I mean, it looks so nice, like as a crocheted t-shirt or something. But yeah, so this is row 28, I think. I added a few more rows after that, which I'm going to show you now. So if you want to continue with this project as a sweater, as a pullover, yeah, then I made 32 rows, and the last row, it's optional. I made one row of single crochets to have like a nice seam. And then we need sleeves on the left side and on the right side. I already made the left sleeve and now I'm going to show you how to make the one on the right. And you can see there is like this one outstanding loop like down at the armpit place. And I'm going to insert my hook into this loop, but not only into like the upper one. I'm also taking one like more down there so I have more stability. I choose like those two loops, grab the yarn and pull it through. And I just connect it with a chain. And then make another chain because we are always making 2 chains when we're making the double crochets. And then you make a double crochet into the exact same stitch, like into the exact same place right there. The next stitch will go into the side of the previous double crochet, so you can see I just insert my hook somewhere in between right there into the side of the stitch. And then the following stitch goes into the one hole right there, like one of our connection points. I just make a double crochet in there. And then you can just continue with the double crochets into every stitch. So we made 2 stitches that were a bit like not as usual. We just placed them into the sides there, and now we can continue with a normal row of double crochets for the sleeve. Here you can see how it looks for the sleeves. So you just crochet this circle part. This is the end of row number 1 for the sleeve, and now we make those 2 extra stitches. So one goes into the big hole right there and the other one goes into the side of the previous double crochet again. So we made 2 special stitches in the beginning and now we make 2 special stitches in the end of the row, and then you can connect your row together. The next row is a even number, which means we make triple crochet. So I made 3 chains in the beginning, turn my project around, and for the next row of the sleeve I just make triple crochets. Nothing special here, you just crochet around and then I will meet you at the end of row 2. Alright, so this is the end of row 2 where we made our triple crochets, and now I just connect the rows together and then I make 2 chains because it's time for the double crochets. We are on row number 3 now, which means it's an uneven number, and from now on we will make something different. In the beginning we will make a decrease, which means we connect 2 stitches together. So every time you do double crochets you start with this step. I just start with a normal double crochet. Now I have 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and now I yarn over again and insert my hook into the next stitch. Then I just grab the yarn and pull it through. I have 4 loops on my hook now, yarn over, pull through 2, and now I yarn over and pull through 3 loops. So now we just connected 2 stitches and it's 1 stitch now, so the sleeve gets a little bit smaller, as I said. And then you just crochet normally all the way, and in the end we will do the same thing and I will show you again, of course. So here we are at row 3 and I got 2 stitches left because we connect them now. I start with a normal double crochet, I yarn over, pull through 2, and now I yarn over and insert my hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, and now yarn over and pull through the last 3 loops on your hook. And you can see we just connected 2 stitches and made 1 stitch out of it. Now I insert my hook into the first stitch and connect it. and then I start row number 4, which means triple crochets. Here you just do anything normal, like you just turn your project around, of course, and then make 1 row of triple crochets. And then the next row will be row number 5. You make double crochets with decreases in the beginning and end. If it's a little bit complicated, you can just always go back to row number 3 where I explained everything, and yeah, this is basically it, and you just do it for the whole sleeve. And when we make those decreases every uneven number of row, every other row, you can see the project gets smaller. I think it's easy to see on the sleeve I made before. You can see the arm gets a little bit smaller, and this is the sleeve I'm working on right now. So I'm on row 15, and you can see I placed a stitch marker on the other sleeve, and now I place it on the sleeve that I'm working on right now. So I just place it in the middle there, row 15. And here I'm starting row 16, which is an even number, so that means triple crochets. But why did I place the stitch marker into the 15th row? The answer is very simple, because we stop making decreases every other row now. So whenever you start a row with double crochets, which is your next row, which will be row 17, you don't make a decrease in the beginning or in the end. So from now it's just always 1 row of this, 1 row of that, but you don't make the decreases. So now you just crochet a straight sleeve, and yeah, this is it. So good news, no more decreases. This is how the finished result looks like. I made 27 rows for the sleeves. You can do as many as you want, and that's it. We are done. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I really love this project. I love this pullover so much, and it's such a nice color for spring. I will wear it every day, I think. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, you can always ask me in the comments. I will answer you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out any other videos, and I will hopefully see you next time.